Hey guys, and welcome back again to me, Ben, playing City Skylines today in my city of Springvalley. Today, we're here after building the zoo in the last episode, and I also built a couple of houses and commercial zones like for hotels over there, this parking lot, and also some clean, hopefully clean industrial area that only produces farming and wooden products, forestry products here. I want to create a kind of a transition between this industrial part, this more like high-rise residential part, and this old towny concept thing, because if you followed my series from the very beginning, you realize that besides this part here, I started building out this here pretty soon after the start, because this is my initial interchange thing, my initial highway thing that I had available in my city. And from there I developed first this part here, and then I started developing that part over here because I needed something a little bit more room for industry and whatnot, because I had a little farming industry here, which was later on moved to, let me think, to down there. So that was my my first/second farming industry, because I simply moved it. And I think that was very crucial, because now I can utilize and use this part of my city here for high rises, really dense population and whatnot. I'm still hesitant, to be honest, to add in another public transport option besides buses and subways. You might be surprised, because I'm reaching the 110k something citizens mark pretty soon, but I still haven't focused on anything else besides those two, which are buses and subways. So I'm wondering, am I missing out something? Except for a couple of train stations here, right? But I'm just wondering whether I'm missing out something here from a growth perspective, because I kind of believe that this city could have more citizens. Given the size of it and given the amount of high rises here, I definitely believe it should. But I'm still struggling, and I'm honestly, I will also struggle, I believe, with City Skylines too. I'm still struggling a bit with the fact that this huge city here and all the high rises only has 100 and something K citizens. So I think this is not really reasonable, but it is the way it is. I can't change the game mechanics except for starting to use the realistic population mod, which is something I don't want to use, obviously, because this would simply most likely destroy my whole setup here. I should have started working with it right away from the very start. I think then it would be easier to handle and manage, but right now I think it would just overflow and really cause troubles here. I think in one of the episodes before I'm finalizing this city here, I want to try it and see what happens to my city actually when I'm using the realistic population mod. I want to learn about this. I want to learn from it. But this is something I'm going to try as soon as, or shortly before City Skylines 2 gets published. So for now, I want to focus on Sherry District, Mulberry Heights, Spring Hills, and Robin District, and the area in between here. I want to build something, suitable and nice there for my residential zone. So I'm quickly hopping into my district tool here, and I think I'm going to expand shared district further out, because I want to make sure that all the houses there follow kind of the same rules, the same patterns here. Because right now I feel it's a bit of a shame that the zoo doesn't have a lot of visitors It's still struggling with getting more visitors into my town here, but that's the way it is. So I think I can work with that. I'm just removing the height lines because it's already like visible enough what's happening here from a landscaping perspective. And yeah, let's get started, and I'll be back for you as soon as possible. Guys, and I'm going to let things run for a bit to see how this whole new district develops over time. So I'm very curious. What I did here is I built my first mall in town, and obviously to make it more realistic I also added a few parking lots in the front and in the back. Because yeah, have you ever seen a mall without a huge parking lot? No, most likely you haven't. So I included that here. And I think people will sooner or later start using that up to a certain extent. And what I also did is I created a mixed residential commercial / office zone here. That should fill up pretty nicely that space between this here and that here and that here. Maybe I have to change it afterwards, because that transitioning between here and there is a bit challenging. I left a few things open here and there, because I wanted to make sure that I can still fill other types of buildings in there if needed. But for now, I think I should be pretty good at what I did for now. It gets very exciting to see what happens with the mall. It should be quite touristy as an attraction, but it might also be another reason for people to come here, go shopping there, maybe visit the zoo afterwards, or the other way around. So I'm curious what will happen there over time. But for now, I think it's doing pretty well, or at least it looks very well. So I'm curious how things develop over here. I'll let this sit for a second and see what happens here. So I'll be back for you as soon as possible, or as soon as a few structures developed over here. And in case you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I would very much appreciate it if you did so, because obviously this drives me, keeps me going, whatnot. And if you want to leave me a like, want to leave me a comment here, please consider doing that. I would be more than happy with that. Thanks a lot, and stay tuned. So this whole little new district, or part of Sherry district, I think works very nice here. And it actually, oh gosh, come on, I'm sorry. What happens over there? So those left, come on, what is it? It's abandoned. Where's the issue? That's so strange here. Do I really have some water issue? No, it should not in this area. But why is it abandoned? Just curious. So I'm gonna demolish one of those. I'm wondering why it's abandoned. Like, I can demolish all of them. Doesn't really help. They have to be rebuilt anyway. So that's abandoned, that's abandoned, that's abandoned. And do I have to rezone? No, I don't. And new buildings are coming back quickly. But I don't know where this is coming from. Is there any issue with my water support? No, there is enough availability. Sewage systems are working fine. So that seems all good so far. That's something I don't like this one way in, one way out, but no real option for trains to go back to, or to get to a different area of the town. So there seem to be some water issues. But So where is that coming from? So I do have water supplies here. Am I just pulling too much water? I can't imagine. Like, maybe I'm connecting finally. I have to check my water map here, because I remember at the very beginning I thought I might want to keep it separate, but maybe it's about time to connect everything together into one huge large network, because I seem to run into issues every once in a while, and I, like, with the current setup, I can't really see whether things are working properly or whether they are not. So I want to change that. While I'm doing that, I don't want to keep you waiting here, so I'll do that in the meantime and be back in a second. Yeah, so that's been really a bit strange, because like I've connected, I believe, all of the water sources except for one together in the whole city, and right now it seems to be good again. So I no longer seem to have any water issues here, but I'm honestly very much surprised that it was such a big deal, especially here. And just wondering, yeah, this is also abandoned, but I think this is due to the lack of visitors I had here. They need more residents, so I'm wondering, the only thing missing here is commercial right now. Why am I missing a couple of, why? It's pretty clear, because I haven't built a lot of commercial zones recently. So I'm expanding my commercial thing here significantly, just to make sure that, I can kind of meet the demand that's happening here. And I'm closing that up here too, and this here again as well. Maybe here some office as well. I have no need for an office right now, I believe, but that's the way it is, so I can't change that. But commercial is really booming, even over there. And I'm wondering, I think I'm utilizing that thing here purely for commercial purposes. Maybe also here another square. And there's something else. Just leaving some room in here. So I'm curious what will happen. As you can see, commercials are growing quickly, and I think with the increase of commercial zones, I should be able to grow my demand for residential zones, hopefully as well, because when there is kind of an not so balanced ratio between one industry and the next, I think it can become an issue at some point in time. And maybe those are struggling due to the fact that there's this huge mall nearby, which would be reasonable, I think. Just checking in on my zoo here. This is doing pretty well. And I'm also building another commercial thing here. Maybe one more there. So that's growing at least up to a certain extent. And now I'm just checking my options here. imagine putting that down here. I think it's too big overall. I don't want to create such a big downtown area here. But on the other hand, it might be nice to have. People are still happy, constantly happy. Global happiness is good. Checking in on my electricity. Vastly available. No issues there. Garbage, not an issue. Elementary school. All green, all good. Healthcare, all good. Levels. Traffic, except for the mall here, which is understandable. Pollution minus, wow, 2%, which is almost like nothing. Noise, bit of a problem. Fire safety has it minus 26% or up to 26%. That's good. Crime rate 5. That's fine. Transport. Biggest thing is my subway currently, or is it? Yeah, it's my subway. Those are the train lines. That's not huge. Taxis are literally non-existent. Population, land value is okay-ish. I'm wondering why the zoo is not very high in value. Natural resources. So that seemed to have made quite a significant difference. So what it changed, just to let you know, I added, this clinic, general hospital, I think this wasn't really responsible for the change. I added the medical laboratory and the crew preservatory, and I added more of these than from the rest. And what else I did, I built a couple more shelters across my city, and maybe that made kind of a difference between to what I had before and now. I'm also adding a few more earthquake sensors, because who knows, like, I'm not playing with any kind of natural disasters here, but people still could potentially demand something like that. So I just want to make sure that I'm not missing out on something here. What else? Tsunami warning, weather radar. So that must be placed roadside. Get it? Makes kind of sense. Putting down a weather radar here as well. And these tsunami warning buoys, I think they don't make any sense here, but I'm still putting them down just to ensure my citizens that I'm at least willing to invest some money here into their safety. But right now I'm losing and burning money like hell. So I have to check where this is coming from. Making profit from my industries most of the time. Making profit from my commercials, making profit from my commercial zones. Yeah, that's from my industries and my offices. That's fine. Expenses. Where am I losing the most amount of money? Emergency services. Yeah, this is kind of huge, huh? 70%. I have to boil that down. And also my fishing industry is kind of giving me a headache here. The airport is huge, obviously. I'm burning money right now. Big time. Wondering whether I get back to the positives here. And I also have to think about the solution, what I can do and what I can build here to ensure that my city does no longer struggle from spending a lot of money. And I'm wondering where I get the most benefit from. Budget, the income, yeah, actually my industry, industrial areas. So I have to increase them. I have to make more of them, create more of them. Maybe I should pause the game for now. And I'm wondering where I have a huge chunk of forest available, I think especially over here. So before I can no longer afford it, I'm going to buy a few tiles here. Especially up there. Purchasing that. And I want to build a huge, massive forest industry here. Because there should be a train line up there. Yeah, I can transport things to over here. And I can build a huge forest industry here. Yeah, so maybe that's something I'm gonna focus on for the next time. For my next episode. This is really a short and quick one right now. I was trying to set a couple of things up, but obviously like disaster management is really expensive for me right now. I should have better watched out for this. Yeah, but for some reason, like when you cheated once, you can cheat twice. No, definitely not. I'm not a huge fan of cheating, especially, actually no kind of situation. I don't like it. So I should make sure that I find kind of an opportunity to gain more money over time here. And I'll think about that in the meantime and work on it in the next couple of, maybe 1-2 episodes. I want to build something huge and massive over here. So this is the reason why I bought that significant amount of tiles here. Three more tiles to my land. Build out a huge forest industry here, because that should kind of give me a lot of leverage compared to the situation before. I can get the train lines here in and out in both directions, hopefully. Just checking in with that here. Yeah, I can definitely do that, because this here could easily pass over here and go straight into my forest industry. So I'll do that. I'll pause the game for now. I'll leave that session. I believe I have to think about that first before I'm continuing to build something weird here. The other thing I could definitely do right now, and I assume this is not a bad decision at all, this would be about deleting many of those structures again, because even if it helped me gain a few more citizens, think it's also not a good decision to put too many of these down right now, because I assume this should increase my funds right away. Does it? I'm checking it. Oh yeah, way below. Couple of thousands lower than before, and it's still getting less than that. So I want to check and see where else I can delete something. And that's also kind of ridiculous to put, like, because I'm not like in a disaster situation here, and I should wait before putting any of these down again. So I'll work on these at a later stage. At some point in time I will definitely work on that, but not right now, because it's only causing troubles right now. Yeah, so I'm closing this episode right now. I want to thank you for joining me again today. Me, Ben, playing City Skylines in my city of Springvalley. In case you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing that, and I hope to see you soon back here on my channel. Leave me a comment, leave me a like. If you want to know anything, just let me know. Thanks a lot and have a good one. Bye bye.